So let's check out this Willumsen folding knife. This is the one that I have in my woods walk video. It deserves its own separate review. It's a flipper. High saber grind. Still a factory edge. Cut up so many of these pages. We get a fresh one. The blade is made of D2. It hasn't really patinaed on me that bad. Looks like it's a tumbled or stonewash finish. The model is Chibs. I have a little KPL leaking out there from where I lubed the pivot. Atlantic Knife has this model for sale for about $138 right now. Their version has a blackened blade. I don't see this version. I bought this version at Blade Show at the Willumsen booth. It has carbon fiber. And these pieces here on the frame are titanium, checked with a magnet. It's a frame lock. It's a nice, solid detent. Pulls it right in. There's no wiggle. There's no pivot lash. Rock solid. There's absolutely no side-to-side play or up and down play at all. It has a massive backspacer, and that backspacer has a lanyard hole. And that spacer is steel. That's not a chunk of titanium. I verified that as well with a magnet. Let's see how much this weighs. .23 ounces. That is a hefty knife. It feels solid. Blade. It's about 3.5 inches to this point. Where the cutting edge is pretty close to the same thing. 3.5 inch cutting edge too. If I really squeeze the handle, for the most part, it's comfortable. However, with the pocket clip sitting real close to the edge, your finger kind of goes around the edge, and you do feel the bill of that pocket clip. It's not super bad, super uncomfortable. It's just something that I notice. Now, with most of the effort being put on the top and on this area here, I don't think that this is a uncomfortable knife to use at all. Extremely useful blade. Constant curve to the cutting edge. If you have to use any penetrating motions, you have a nice finger stop, so you're not going to slide up as you're shoving it into a box. The handle hardware is pretty small. T6, might be T8 on the pivot. But as you notice, you have a T8 there and also there, so it's not going to be a D-shaped pivot screw. So you're going to need two drivers in order to disassemble this knife. That's kind of a bummer. But I'm not disassembling it very much. Let's see, it appears, I honestly can't tell if it's running on bearings or washers. It's very smooth. Try a reverse flick. Okay, that detent is stout. It's not going to come apart in your pocket, that's for sure. Okay, do it a couple times there. And now it's getting easier and easier to do it. With that detent, it's actually hard to fail. Oops, sorry about that. Bump the camera. Okay, I say that and then I fail it. Anyway, it has a heavy detent. With a little practice, it'll fly out of there. Notice in the choil here, there's some very nice chamfering on the flipper as well. Those edges are softened. Light switch is very easy. Push button is easy as well. With that heavy detent, once you overcome that, that blade is flying out. It's a fairly hefty blade. Let's see. .116 thickness. It's a nice long opening hole. You can tell that they have chamfering along the edges of the handle as well in the liner. Plus it's milled out to catch your finger for disengagement. Drop shut. Have to shake it a little bit. That's okay. The milling on the back spacer feels good in your hand. Again, it's nice and soft. They've paid attention to that. That's important. The texture on the titanium is just enough to give you grip. I definitely like the contrast of the colors between the carbon fiber than the titanium. Looks very nice. It's a fairly deep carry, and the screw for the clip is outside, so your pocket's not going to get hung up on it. I don't know if that's the most attractive pocket clip they could have put on, but it does work. You get a little bit of catching in there from your pocket when you go to withdraw it, but it doesn't really make a difference. It's just something you can tell. So yeah, that's the Willumsen Chibs folder in D2 steel. Great edge geometry, titanium carbon fiber. It's definitely worthy of your consideration. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and a sub if you haven't already. I appreciate it. It'll help me grow my channel. Till next time. See you later.